Hello and welcome to the Unofficial Controller Podcast, your weekly gaming podcast, episode number 324. With me, George, and this week joined by the living legend, Bobby. Legend to my lunch hour. Now, before I ask him how he's going, I've now legally obliged to give YouTube its props. So this week we're going to be talking about some brutal goings on at Xbox in terms of studio closures. Some analysts believe that Sony are trying to delay the PS6. And over on the Switch 2, we get some Unreal Engine rollout news, which is great news. Looking forward to talking about that and a whole lot more with the living legend that is Bobby. Bobby, now I've satiated the AI overlords. How you doing?
Yeah. I'm doing good, man. Can't complain. Uh, I didn't play too many games this week or a week and a half really. So I saw He-Man in
Okay,
theaters.
let's just give
Now,
me a quick overview of the games. Just drop those so we can try and pass ourselves off as a gaming show.
totally got done with Nine Lives Defend, the little cat game I was playing, like the Vampire Survivor type game.
Yeah.
Got that done. I actually almost made a mistake because I had one trophy left. Forgot about the
Oh,
portal that I can't record the footage. So I saved it and then went back to the PlayStation and then did it. So I can actually
nice.
get the little video clip, which is good. Listen, you know what? Not a bad game. I mean, for $5, it was what it like. Like I said, you take your time. You have a portal. It's a perfect portal game. Um, Enjoyable. Then I've been strictly playing Lego Batman.
Mm.
Really knocking that out. My problem is, as most open world games, I don't follow the story. So I see stuff on the map and I go for it. Then I don't have the weapons for it because I have to continue the story. So now I'm like, you know what?
Ah.
Let me just advance the story a little bit. And if anything in my way of getting to the point is to the story, I'll do. If not, I'll just get it to done. Maybe with the last two levels of the story. I should have everything unlocked by then. So hopefully get all the side stuff. But really, really enjoying it. I have been strictly playing in the Batman '89 costume.
Oh, wow. Do you get
Yeah,
that Batmobile as well, or?
yeah, you get it. You could buy it from the as soon as you unlock the Batcave, you could unlock some stuff. So I had money. You could buy the Batman versus Superman Batmobile. You get the '66 Batmobile, Keaton's, and then Batman and Robin's. You could
Hang
buy that
on.
from the
Are
jump.
you telling me in Lego Batman, you can
Mm-hmm.
jump in whichever Batmobile you like,
Yep.
drive out the Batcave, no loading, tear down a leaf-filled street until you hit the outskirts of Gotham, and then that's it. The
One
game,
thousand percent. You
the
can
game,
even
the game we
shoot
always
dive.
wanted. Oh,
You could dive out of the Batmobile in Arkham Knight style.
ai.
I go full speed with the bursts. I hit that circle button and I'm out the Batmobile, 200 feet in the air, gliding across Gotham City, and it looks fantastic. Like it looks phenomenal. You
I'll
can
be
even
on.
tell the little detail of the fabric cape. That's how detailed it is.
I love this, but I'm also a little bit disappointed, and I'd imagine you are, that the perfect Batman game has ended up being based on a kid's construction toy. As much as I love Lego,
Yeah.
the actual foundations leave the Batcave, go to Gotham. We've never had that. We've
No.
never actually ever had that dream fulfilled.
Yeah.
It's always, oh, you're in the bat's nest, or oh, you're hanging out in this secondary Batcave, or some
Mm-hmm.
drivel like that. This, apart from the VR experience, I suppose, where you do go to the Batcave, but you then again, you're immediately in Gotham. It's not as though you've
Yeah.
traversed. So, like, I find this great, but at the same token, highly frustrating. But yeah, so let's not cut around anymore. I grew up at a formative aged through a
Mm-hmm.
period of time in the 80s where kids' cartoons were much more than they are now.
Yeah.
And He-Man
Yeah.
is the movie you went to see.
Yeah.
Tell
Now let
me
me tell you
everything.
something. I watched this as a kid religiously, right? And then maybe 10 years ago, we were in the street, meeting people walking around Astoria, and someone had a DVD sale, like a patio sale, and he had Shira collection, Masters of the Universe Shira,
Mm,
which is his sister. People think it's his
yeah.
girlfriend, it's his sister. And then Master of the Universe, like
Oh, I thought
the
it was his
complete,
cousin.
yeah, I think it's his sister. It's his sister. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, like this, I need to buy this. I mean, how much is it? He's like $7, $7, bro. Oh, here's 10. I gotta go. We literally went to eat, we went to watch it. Now I remember it being like kind of Conan-ish, where he's like the little loincloth, the sword, and the sword fights. But as I'm watching the DVD, the cartoon again, like, as an adult, I'm like, first of all, there's spaceships, which I completely forgot about.
Yeah.
There's laser guns.
Yeah.
There's all types of planets around it. It's all types of wonky magic and science. And I'm like, yeah, this is way beyond what I thought. But I almost had every single toy, and I loved He-Man. And I
You
even
did.
did enjoy the Geoff London version of He-Man. I remember going, my dad took me to the theater to see it,
The
and
only
I loved it.
disappointing thing in that is Orko ended up looking like one of the Leprechaun
Yeah,
horror
they
movies.
did the best they could at the time, but like, and I also didn't understand why he came out to Earth, and then I understood it. As you rewatch things, I think every time you love a film, every 10 years you watch it, you get a new perspective of the film.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
So I went in to watch He-Man, like, you know what? Listen, we're just gonna sit back, just watch it, have a good time, and then go eat after. My mother-in-law watched the baby, so we're there. Now I don't know if you have a Regal Theater in the UK. I'm sure there is, but
No.
we saw it in 4DX.
Wow.
Now I got the matinee. It was a 12:30 show. I got the matinee, and it was $24 a ticket. Right? Whatever. We get the popcorn, we get the soda, we're hanging out, and then the movie starts. And I'm like, these seats suck because they don't recline. And I remember going to that theater, and they had like really reclinable seats. You could relax. It's very comfortable. And the seats I'm in now, they're not reclining. And I'm
Mm.
like, there's a button on the side that said water. I'm like, what is this button? Like, I have no idea what this button is. I'm pushing it, pushing it, pushing it. It's going green, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red. There's nothing. And then all of a sudden the movie starts, and the friggin' chair starts to shake with the battle of the movie.
Oh.
Okay. Not only that, the chairs went back, like fully back. They went on the side, they went left and right, they went forward, they were jolting, they were jumping. I felt like I was on a freaking roller coaster watching He-Man. Now, the funny part is there's a scene in the movie, there's a chase scene. The chase scene, I felt like I was in the chase scene because how much the seats were vibrating and jolting. I almost lost my damn popcorn. It was going crazy. Eva grabbed onto my arm because she was jumping up and down. This was amazing to see this movie like that. Like the water thing, basically, anytime there's like a water scene or a splash, you get like a mist of water. Then I
Oh.
realized I look around and there's fans everywhere. They have smoke. They made like an interactive show.
That's what this
Similar,
4DX is then,
yeah,
is it?
40X was really good. So I really like that part of the movie. That surprised me, right? But the movie itself, listen, I mean, what do you think you're going to see? You're not going to see an Oscar Academy Award movie.
No.
It's not a drama. You're going to see an action movie based on a kid's toy line from Mattel. That is what I in my mind envisioned, and that's exactly what I saw, and I had a great time. Right? You're not watching Gladiator, you're not seeing Braveheart or any other movie like
Was it
that.
a good He-Man movie?
I really liked it.
Good.
I think it was great. It was completely worth seeing at the theater. Apparently, it's not doing as well as they thought it would do. I don't know if maybe DVD or streaming would help it. They set it up for like a sequel, which I hope.
Oh.
But now I don't know. But I think it was great, and I think that Jared Leto's whatever, but I think he did a really good job at the Skeletor voice because it wasn't the cartoon version; it was kind of his, but it just
Mm.
matched the movie. So I think it was a good idea on his part, to change the voice.
Good. I'd have
Yeah,
gone
excellent.
full like
Yeah,
He-Man.
but he was a dimwit. Like, there's scenes in there where he's being tough, and then he says a speech, and everyone's like looking at him, and then Evelyn is looking at him, go, go, get him, go, because like I finished my speech, go get him. Like that's the point. So it was really good. I had a good time. And this guy, I'd never seen him before, maybe his first movie. They try to hide his body through like
Mm,
baggy clothes. Let me tell you, like when this guy was just in the office sitting down, you could tell this guy was ripped. You're
yeah.
not hiding that physique in a button down. Sorry. But yeah, he was really enjoyable movie. So I it was really good. I like it a lot.
Okay, I'll keep my eyes out for that. I've been tempted because not only did I enjoy He-Man as a kid, but I introduced my kids to He-Man and all the toys,
Oh,
the classic ones that you and I would have grown up with, and they loved it. Maybe not as much as me because it probably didn't surround them, and obviously when I was young, the amount of media was way diminished.
yeah.
It was He-Man, and then that was it for probably 5 hours until there was
Yeah.
another
I
children's.
remember my mom or my dad would try to record an episode when it came on, just so I can watch it again, like later in the day, because back then people don't understand. It aired at 8 a.m. on a Saturday.
That's yeah.
If you didn't see it at 8 a.m., guess what, brother? You gotta wait next week because that's just how it was back in the day.
And I even have nostalgia for the filmation, where it's like the letters and the ding. It's like,
Oh
oh.
yeah, man. No, it was really good.
Do you remember the sort of kid safety messages that they ended up tagging on the back of He-Man, where the story would finish and it'd be like, Cringer, you really shouldn't be playing with petrol. And Cringer would be like, well, He-Man, I feel like I'm okay. It's like, that's a flammable substance. You need to be with an adult, a grown-up, a guardian. And then that Master Arms would come along and be like, hey, stand back, Cringer. And Cringer would set his beard on fire, his face on
That no, I
fire.
don't remember that. I remember that in G.I. Joe sometimes,
Mm.
especially like
He-Man,
Captain Planet had it. I remember that. But I forgot about the He-Man, man.
He-Man
That's
ended up with it as well. Um,
that's amazing.
and as a rural, like English kid, a lot of the things they were talking about, just like, well, crikey, I don't even know what that is.
It's true.
It
Because this
didn't
did not
bear any
appeal to
relevance to them.
adults. Like I'm sure my father was like, yeah, whatever, just put it on for the kid, you know? But like growing up with that and then now seeing it like live action again,
Yeah.
hit every nostalgia that I didn't even know I needed to see that movie. It was really good.
Good. Okay. Well, I, like you, probably haven't had as much gaming time this week, so I'll rip through that quite quickly. It's all been on the Switch too. I'm not even going to hide it. I love that little thing. Um,
I gotta get it then.
I think you might need to, but again, mileage may vary. But on the port, we're like, oh, it's a great portal game. On the Switch at the minute, it doesn't matter what it is, obviously, because it's not streaming, or you pull it out your pocket, or if you're wearing some skater shorts from the year 2005, maybe. But you pull it out your bag, just stop playing it, jump on the couch. No, that's the same for the portal. But I always feel like I'm connected to the internet via the portal, especially in the UK, via a a porcelain rod.
Mm-hmm.
And if I move, sneeze, or blink, the rod shatters and the game just goes down pan. So, ugh, so you're always kind of on the edge. Like I've had a few times when I've been at Rachel's um, place where it's been apps, her internet's amazing. Obviously, me not at mine, so there's no other external drain. It's just pumping straight to the root, wired. It's okay. Has a few moments, but normally sorts them out. But with the Switch 2, there is zero the compromise. It doesn't matter whether it's a good Switch game or not. It just is good everywhere. And the form factor is tiny. The portal's slim as well, but the ergonomics of the DualSense mean it feels like you're carrying around an upside down bull in your hand every 5 minutes. Doesn't it? Like the
Mm-hmm.
horns of the bull. Like, oh my God. Now that makes it, comfortable to use. But it also makes it like quite big and bulky, really. So yeah, I've been getting by with the Switch too. Really quite enjoying it. Been continuing playing Donkey Kong 64 off the N64 catalog. I've also been dabbling with a bit of Wind Waker, a game that I've had an on-off relationship with my whole life. I've got quite far in it, but never actually seen it done. I'm playing it again this time. I've just got to, I don't know what the island's called, but it's where you find someone who, one of our listeners has named himself after this character, Tingle Tuna, which is this like way of interacting with the Game Boy while playing. Obviously, none of that garbage works on the Switch 2 version, but it was nice to
Um,
see old Tingle. appearing, trot out the cell. Bless him. And I need to. I've got the sale, so I've left there now, and I'm into the wider game. But yeah, it looks fantastic, but some of the gameplay tropes and some of the like contextual button prompts, they feel a bit old now. I have to
Oh
admit.
yeah,
I
they
know
gotta
everyone's
change.
going to get in the comments like George, oh my God, how dare you, Wind Waker's a masterpiece. Yeah, it is, but that doesn't mean it's not flawed in some way. Also been dabbling on farming simulators, still horse stalking the store, hoping to find an English map, but so far all I've got is Missouri, so that's where I'm farming on there.
Speaking
Um,
of simulator, there's a sale going on the PSN store right now,
yeah,
and I don't know how it came across. I think I was just looking through all the sales, but instead of going through A to Z like I normally do, I went Z to A to
yeah.
see what was there. They have legitly a sex store simulator.
Well,
I clicked the images. Oh yeah, you're you are definitely working in a sex store. It is
there's been some stuff go on because there's been, first of all, I can't speak for Xbox, but I do believe that all three major console manufacturers have been kind of cleaning their stores up because there's been a lot of dross, in those stores.
mm-hmm.
And PlayStation went through and banhammered loads of them. Nintendo did as well. But every time I go back on either of those stores, it seems awash with the same drivel.
Yep, yep.
So I guess curation is the key before it even gets to the point where they're pushing go. Someone at Sony needs, well, I guess it's tough because how do they decide what's a good game? Because someone at Sony could be sent Farming Simulator and say, this is utter drivel. No one's ever going to want to play this. Get it gone. Actually, it's a legitimate game. So when some of these games arrive, it must be quite hard for them to say, oh, right, I we can't curate this because we can't have a judgment on what people are going to buy or like.
Yeah.
So we kind of got to let it all come through. But some of the more blatant copies that we've seen on Switch 2 or Switch Store of like PlayStation games, they're kind of been thinned out quite a lot. Um, the other game I've been playing, which is actually quite a nice experience. Now I know everyone's going to be like, George, that's a freaking well old game, fella. I don't know why you're bothering with it. Many years ago for the Switch One, I saw in a sale Dark Souls. I thought,
Oh wow.
yeah, I'll get that. And I downloaded it when I bought it, and I was like, yes, checks out. Now, it's the PS3 version, pretty much. It's not
Mm.
like
Yeah, the redone.
enhanced in any
Yeah,
way. It's
yeah.
very much that original version. But with the Switch 2 giving it a little bit of a boost, having that in handheld like that was absolutely fantastic. And I'll
You
be
can
honest,
help people can help you. There's
oh,
like
and
messages.
and people can help you.
Really?
Yeah, there's messages. It's a fully functioning Dark Souls.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
There's messages on the floor. I saw like the apparitions of people
Yeah,
that had
yeah, yeah.
like walking by me and falling in
Oh,
front of me. And I was like, yeah, okay, this is legit. In fact, a couple of times I was playing in like the back room here and the internet signal's not very good. And there was a couple of times where I was mid-fight where it was like, boom, no, your internet signal's gone. Like, this is, you're down, fella. And I was like, oh, damn it. Like, because as I'll get into, I was I was playing this like an absolute badass for like the first time in my life.
really?
Yeah, yeah, we'll get to this. So I'm like, oh God, I've got really far. I'm like, I barely died, I pretty much did the first demon,
Oh, congrats.
you know, the one that you do on the
Yeah,
tutorial
yeah,
where you
yeah.
can historically, before I knew much
That's the
about the
one you're in the
game.
cave. You could jump up and down.
I think, yeah, where you go round the back. If you
Yeah,
run
yeah,
straight past him through the door, go round the back, and the tutorial continues, and you
yeah.
can take a few more guys down, then he deposits you at the door, directly above him. And what happened the first time, I was bloody well annoyed about this because I've everything else been flawless. I was like, I just don't remember on PS3, and it's quite cool that I'm playing it through this time, knowing all this stuff, so nothing's a surprise. Oh, matey with the arrow, shield, bump, the first time you see the arrow, you see like a corpse just inside the door that you kind of get to, equip shield, dunk, dunk, slap, 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 done. I was like, yeah, I feel like the absolute daddy of this. Got through the doorway at the top and was like, oh, damn, what is it for lunging attack again? Oh, and then he kind of looks up at you like this. So I'm like looking at my controller and I'm looking down at the screen on the Switch 2 at the same time. And I just see this guy who just kind of goes like this. Eh? And I'm like, oh, shit. Then he's like, wow, oof, absolutely annihilates the step, and I'm dead. So I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, this was going to be like one of the purest runs I ever had. So when I run in, roll, grab my XP, roll, go out, go the long way around through the controls. Right, I think it was like R1 and down. And straight down, half the health gone, like it ends. And then I was rolling, slap, 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 whoop, yep, roll, slap, slap. And probably a bit unnecessary in this early boss fight, but I was thinking, gotta get your eye in here, boy. Gotta get your eye in. So then I got through that section, and you end up going a little bit further, and you come up to a clearing with a knight who says, "Oh, so you're another one, are you? Not seen one
Yeah,
of you
yeah.
for a while." And he's like all a bit mysterious. And then you got your three gateways, and I went through the first one or whichever one I chose, and I got like so far and was like, don't go any further. This is where you wasted 6 days on the PS3 convincing yourself you weren't very good, but you just weren't leveled enough. Turn
Mm-hmm.
around, go back. So now I've come back and I can't remember whether I chose to go down for the bell or whether I chose to go up first for the bell. I think this time round, historically, I've gone down, and I thought this time as a bit of a switcheroo. I thought, okay, I'll go up. Um, and I'm now on like the upper sections of this castle. I did a bit of a Benny Hill the other day, my classic thing where I just sort of
Sometimes you just gotta get across.
but I was exploring. I was doing well with the combat. I thought, great. Kind of got a little bit further round and thought, right, okay. So I kind of see the direction I need to go, and then I just got absolutely swamped. And I was like, damn it! I don't want to save it here with that XP line on the ground like that. I want to get
Yeah.
that, get back, get safe, and save it. But I waded through loads of dudes, and there's like a little stairway down with a load of dudes at the bottom as well. So I ran by this like, yeah, I was like, oh, so it's like, boop, 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 across this rampart, and there's like loads of guys following me because they'd all got whiff of it. They were all like, what's happening up there? So they all came up, and then you like go into a room. There's like three guys in there. I tried to dodge one of them, and then one of them absolutely whacked me. So I was like, then like roll, 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 trying to get
Yeah.
myself. Roll, roll, and
Imagine in real
then
life you're in trouble, you just roll your way out of it. I would love that,
if
actually.
someone came up to me in Demon Soul, Dark Souls all over the floor in front of me, I'd be like, "Hey, up fella, it's not how we do it in the real world." But yeah, so I've look, it's a 15-year-old game, and it's not even
Yeah.
a nice version of it, but it runs really well on the. It did run well-ish enough on the Switch One, but here it's running really well, and the Switch Two a few months ago now got introduced this version of software where you could run handheld Switch One games as if they're output into your TV because when you dock the Switch One, it got that little res boost.
Yeah, yeah.
So now it'll run all games as if it's a docked Switch One, so you're getting like the best visuals you can get. Plus, the
Oh.
Switch Two is doing some heavy lifting. Anyway, I'm sure my royalty check's in the post for your Switch 2 when you eventually buy it. In the meantime, I reckon, you sexy little devil, it's time for the news. Scour the very darkest regions of the internet to bring you the latest stories. First up, yeah, so this is in the bin. We did have a clock going of how many days Xbox could survive, with good news. And I think we got up to 92. Ashish Sharma was performing miracles listening to the fan base, changing some things, tweaking some things. Had a pretty good showing at the Summer Games Fest. And then off the back of that, we started to hear rumours of like layoffs and studio closures and all sorts of stuff. And they even had to put out a State of the Nation. Well, there's a new story over on Pure Xbox. Old Fraser Gilbert. I've absolutely no idea what he's been doing this week, but I do know that he's been playing stocks and shares. So no doubt he's either boon or bust. But he writes this, so it's going to be pretty brutal. Jason Schreier reveals more on the upcoming Xbox layoffs. We're still waiting to hear more news on reported layoffs taking place at Xbox soon, with multiple studios such as Compulsion Games, Double Fine, and Ninja Theory potentially set to be affected. And well-regarded Bloomberg reporter Jason Schreier has taken to YouTube today to share an update. You can watch the video on YouTube where Schreier recaps some of the more challenging times in Xbox past and how they've led to present day problems before finishing off by discussing the pretty brutal situation ahead. Here are some excerpts from it that I shall read to you. This is Jason. So, as I reported on Bloomberg last week, massive layoffs are coming to Xbox at the end of Microsoft's fiscal year on June the 30th. Wow, nice start to the summer, I suppose. And I reported on Bloomberg this week studios such as Compulsion, the maker of South of Midnight, Double Fine, the maker of Kiln and Keeper, and Ninja Theory, the maker of Hellblade, are currently in negotiations with Xbox to figure out what's next because all of them are on the chopping block. Those are just three that I've confirmed so far. I know that there are other studios in trouble. I know that layoffs are about to hit the entire organisation in a huge way. What's happening is going to be pretty brutal. The word bloodbath has been thrown around among people that I've talked to who know what's happening. It's going to be bad. Schreier goes on to clarify that it's not entirely true to say that any of studios are being shut down by Xbox, as they're all in negotiations right now, potentially about spinning off or finding other buyers. Let's hope so. He also claims that uncertainty has caused issues inside of Xbox game studios over the past decade, suggesting it's very hard to make great art when you're working under fear of layoffs, turbulence, and shutdowns. Of course, keep in mind that all of this is just coming from a single journalist, but Schreier is known for being a reliable name in the industry, so we're inclined to believe him. More details on the situation should continue to roll out soon. Bob boy. I want to get your thoughts on this because let's just put this into some parity because I know people say, oh, you never give them a good kicking. And look, I'm here to give everyone a good kicking. But, historically, PlayStation have avoided the talk of closing or aren't associated with studio closures, but they actually are and have closed a myriad of
Mm-hmm.
studios that I thought were decent in the last 10 years
Yeah.
minimum. So, Xbox, Bobby, they're in a situation where, I mean, I'll be honest, from an outside point of view, they're in free fall right now, right?
Yeah. 100%. Um, I was looking at this randomly yesterday because I saw it on the Instagram reel. So I was Googling whatever. So I'm trying to figure out like what games the studios made over the X amount of time.
Mm.
Um, I don't have every single thing here, but I know like Arcane. Well, that's already spoiled, but Ninja Theory. They just did Hellblade and Hellblade 2, apparently.
Yeah, that's
Like I don't know
correct.
what else they did for the last 10 years, but apparently just those two games. Hellblade 1 was okay, and it was nothing wrong. It was enjoyable, but it wasn't like what I thought it was going to
Graphically,
be.
no, not at
Graphically
all.
phenomenal, like
Yes.
excellent. Gameplay wise, a bit of a letdown, but still, I played. I liked it. Then it was only going to be released on Xbox because they bought the studio, whatever nonsense. I
Yeah.
think now it is available on PS5. Um, but that was wasn't as good as the first one. Apparently, I didn't play it, but reviews were whatever. So now it's like, all right, you made two games. Did it make enough money? What they thought it would be? And like I'm not shocked that they closed if that's all you produced in that much time. I know games take a long time to make, but you're not producing something that's giving you money. And I just realized in this day and age, if you're not getting money back, then you got to cut ties. And I think that's everywhere in the world.
I,
I think that's why there's layoffs. Like
I think,
restaurants aren't doing good,
mm,
hotels aren't doing good. If you don't have the money coming in, I can't keep supporting you to make something that might not give me my return or money back,
no,
which is it's
I,
sad.
I agree. And I think, the Xbox drive to get studios was a drive to get people to buy their console.
Yeah.
Was a good idea on paper. Unfortunately, it didn't move the needle, and if it did, it wasn't in any significant way. So they end up with these studios, and I think the thing is, are they taking them out the market? Are they buying exclusivity at this point? I mean, they kind of are, but it's not working for them. Now,
No.
on a broader subject, Bobby, I've not really had this conversation with you. We've kind of talked about it when you talked about your 120 FPS TV, and we talked about graphics being maybe as good as they're ever going to get, or
Mm-hmm.
as good as they've ever been. But then I'm sat here fat, dumb, and happy on a Switch 2, which is about on a power parity with the PS4 Pro at best.
Yeah.
And I'm struggling to tell the difference between that and the same version of the same game I'm playing on PS5. Now, admittedly, if I fired up Star Wars Outlaws on the PS5 Pro and sat it next and I docked the Switch and I flipped between the channels, I think even I could tell the difference. But side by side is not a situation that you normally run games in. So have we reached the point where tech doesn't matter anymore and therefore developers should stop chasing 4K 120 FPS and maybe just focus on fun,
I
smaller
mean,
games?
if that's going to be the standard, the best graphical game, that's fine. You already have that uh like technology to do it. So it's not like you have to pull it from somewhere else or you have to create something, right? Like the early games, you know, had to like you had the motion movie captures, or you had just a cutscene that was super graphically really good, and you go back to the gameplay, and it got better and better until you realize, like, damn, the cutscene is floating into the gameplay.
Mm,
But I mean, I don't think there's anything new that they're doing to be like, oh wow, the game graphically is going to make me buy it. I don't think really graphics make the money. Graphics, I don't think graphics is what people buy the games for.
no.
If you don't have the gameplay and the story, then the graphics are whatever. Because I had a good time playing um Tortured Souls, Tortured. Oh, I just played it. It's with a girl. Her name Caroline. She has the one eye. It's like a retro horror game. It looks like
Mm,
PS2 graphics. It's not the
yeah.
best graphics. I mean, but that's what they were going for. They were going for this PS2 retro style game on a PS4 and an Xbox and whatever. And I accepted it. I liked it. I didn't mind the graphical, but they could probably do with the money. But they did it, and the gameplay was good. It was enjoyable. It brought you back memories of like Resident Evil 2. Okay, great.
Mm,
But then there are games like, for example, like um, Stellar Blade or Lego Batman. For a Lego game, this game is phenomenal.
yeah.
Even Black Myth Wukong looked phenomenal. But how much more blades of grass do I need to realize I'm in a grass patch? I get it. It looks beautiful. But if the gameplay is not there and the story is not there, then I'm just playing a movie or I'm playing something that's soulless, really, right?
Yeah.
So you got to put the soul back into the gaming to get the gamers excited, because I would expect a PS5 game and an Xbox Series X game to look as best as it can be. And that's fine. I don't expect it to look like a PS1 game because I'd be like, what's this? But if that's what you're trying to sell me, because that's the point of your game, fine. So you have the graphics. It is what it is. Where's the gameplay? Where's the fun in the gaming? Right. I also think politics always somehow get into games that we don't need. I don't really not trying to play real life. I'm trying to play a video game.
Mm,
So, what is the studio that you're looking for that'll help you build more fans and get the game? Whereas you bought 50 studios, they're all doing a similar thing. And then you go to the table and there's 25 of 30 of the same game. So
mm.
what's the point of buying all the studios making the same game over and over again? You bought Bethesda. How long ago was this now?
Oh, I know. It's painful.
I mean, and you made what, Starfield? I mean, what
Yeah.
else have you done?
Which was already in development when they bought
Yeah.
them. And all
So
they
it's like,
did was creak that garbage out.
yeah. So
Now,
what have
Bobby,
you done?
here's a follow-up question.
Mm-hmm.
Starfield's now available everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It was a game that was something when we spoke many years ago in an episode about the Bethesda acquisition, Bethesda, call them what you like, where you were a bit miffed that you weren't going to get your mitts on Starfield. It came, it died, it went, it's come back again with some mods and improvements and changes. Do you think you're ever going to dip into your beloved Bethesda again, or are you just done with that brand now?
No, don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, I really didn't have an interest in Starfield. I guess. Like it was just like to me, it was just Fallout in space, right? Skyrim is back in the day. Fallout is in a futuristic Earth. And then this was gonna be a space version. Like, so I was kind of over it. What I did like was the company that I guess they left Bethesda to make. They made the other game.
Oh, New Vegas,
Um,
Obsidian,
no, not New. Yeah, New Vegas was good, but also it was the game. The cover has a guy on the moon. It was like
Outer Worlds.
yeah. See that I really enjoyed. Right. So um that I'd be upset. Like I know that was part two was only on Xbox. Okay, I liked it, but not enough to go buy an Xbox just to play that game.
Hmm.
Right. If my friend had an Xbox, I was in the house, I play it or whatever, fine. But
Are you
I
excited
think
for Elder Scrolls then at that rate? Or are you like
no,
nervous?
I mean I would don't get me wrong, I love Elder Scrolls. I would definitely look into it and I would probably got buy it because I love Skyrim so much. But it's like how many years after did I wait? And if I continue to wait, I'm probably might not even like that game anymore. Or I might like it, but now with a child, I don't have that time to put into it. So maybe I'll just have to play something else until I can get back to it. But then after a while, if the game is over 5, 10 years old, like I moved on. Like I don't really feel like I have to go back to do that. I kind of missed its mark. Like if imagine growing up with all the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo fighting for each other. Like that was to me heyday of like times. You borrowed your friend's game, you were back and forth. It was amazing. Xbox had it too with PlayStation, but I never really felt like that one was so much better than the other. They kind of
Hmm.
all looked the same.
Yeah.
There was just really the exclusives that I liked more on PlayStation, which is when Xbox had really good exclusives, they kind of won a little bit, and people bought an Xbox. I know people who bought an Xbox and a PlayStation. They play both. That's fine. But they bought all these studios to make all these games that never came out. They pushed up Game Pass. Now with the new CEO over, I feel like she has a bit of a strategic plan. But if she needs to save money, then unfortunately, if you're not producing games of quality, and I mean quality like gameplay, people having fun with it, not visual, then what are we doing here? It
Hmm.
almost feels like if I'm a studio and I want to make a game, I probably wouldn't want to sign with PlayStation or Xbox because they have so many expectations. Whereas if I'm an independent studio, maybe I partner with you for a game here and there. And I go back to myself and I partner with another, you make your own game and how you want it. There's no pressure to put this game out by this date and this time and they rush you. So all the games and studios they bought was massive. And I don't think a lot of it came out winning.
No.
Whereas PlayStation, yeah, are they doing the best they can do too? Probably not. They could probably do better. But on the flip side of that, you have Nintendo, and Nintendo just will put out anything and people will buy it. Why? Because there's just fans of Nintendo, and that's it. Nintendo can re-release Super Mario again as you
Ocarina of
just had.
Time
Yeah, you
again.
just had let's say you had a 45th anniversary of this game. Okay, because that's about 40 years ago, right? Gonna be 50 years coming up of this game. And guess what? They'll re-release it 50 years. They'll add a little bit extra stuff on it. People will buy it. Am I gonna rebuy another God of War game? Or you just released Horizon Zero Dawn? You remastered it like 3 years later. Was that necessary?
It does look
So
good though. It
it,
does look
it
good
does,
though.
but it's just the graphically, and they're pushing
Yeah.
graphics, bro. Forget about the graphics. Go back to what you were good at and making quality games for individual
I
type of gamers
I
and go
think that
forward.
I think that's why RGT, and a few others have been kind of creeping back towards the PS3 because it has those complete gaming experiences there where the gameplay is the key driver and the graphics sell the source.
It's true. And then people are scared now to make new games because they're scared of getting canceled or they're scared, oh, this is too much. I can't do this now with the times that we're living in. Like back then, they took risks. They didn't care. If you didn't like the game, the studio would like push back. Well, we don't care. We might make this game. It's for these amount of people who like it. They had a good time with it. Like Grand Theft Auto. People were looking for Grand Theft Auto. I don't know if Grand Theft Auto is going to be as controversial as it used to be
Hmm.
in this day and age what they're making. It might not be all that because people are being very safe now because of the world that we're in. So can you really make a story you really want now? No, probably not. Back in the day, they didn't care. I mean, we made a snuff film video game. Manhunt. We talked about that last week.
Yeah,
You are never ever making Manhunt. Remaking it or franchising it again is over. So
yeah,
certain games
that's
like
never going
that
to
are just going
survive.
to be good. Like Hellraiser's coming out. Now I pre-ordered it. Hellraiser is basically, this guy's like your sexual feelings and everything. It gets kind of risky, very risque, and how are you making that exactly? I'm very curious as to how they're going to put that in a video game without people being like, "Oh my god, this is too much," and then it doesn't make money because XYZ. So they're taking a chance with Hellraiser, but I don't know if it's going to be as successful as they think. Let's see. That's.
Hit me up with this next bit of news, Bobby.
Yes, sir. Hold on. Just had it. Okay, so Sammy Barker is back. Some analysis believe Sony is considering pushing the PS6 back. Embracer reports hint at later than 2027 launch. What is the plan? Rumor has it that Sony plan to launch the PS6 late 2027, but the hardware industry is in turmoil right now. Component costs have soared on the back of AI-led demand, pushing the price of consumer electronics, including consoles, are sky high. Recently, the PS5 soared to an unprecedentedly high levels. Other systems like Switch 2, Xbox Series X and S, and Steam Deck have also been affected. While all the reporting around the PS6 is that Sony's designed it with cutting costs in mind, it's not immune to what's happening in the industry at large. Exactly how it intends to deploy the device at an affordable price is up for debate. Um, One option may be to delay and hope economic conditions improve, and that's something that giant publisher Embracer has acknowledged in its annual report. Some analysts believe that the next PlayStation will debut in 2027 or even 2028. Um, the new Xbox CEO, Asha Sharma, has insinuated Microsoft may be retooling its own next gen system, Project Helix, after it was previously revealed to be highly expensive piece of hardware capable of running various on different storefronts. He personally thinks that Sony may just have to bite the bullet on this and hope they can bring costs down over time. I'm not expecting the PS6 game exclusive anyway, so I think it's an appeal primarily to the enthusiast first and foremost. How it markets that in a tough economy remains to be seen, but perhaps it'll satisfy keeping players within its ecosystem, whether that's PS5 or PS6.
Now, I believe that if they launch a console within the next year, it's gonna have to be $1,000, whether we like it or not, because the cost of this drivel is escalating on a hourly basis. The danger is if this never goes away and you don't launch next year, then you are just into a just ever diminishing period because your console is already set in stone. So it's aging. It's not even out, but it's already being outdated by PC components.
Mm-hmm.
So when you finally bring this console out, it will be outdated and it will still be expensive. So I
By two
think
years at least.
exactly. So they're both going to have, if they want to do this, and I at this point think we're at the edge of like, if they can stall a little bit longer while internet servers catch up around the world, there might be a chance they don't actually need to bring out another console. And if they do, it's maybe just a set top box. Now, I know none of
Well,
us
that's what I
want,
think. Like, I think there'll be like at some point a legacy box,
yes,
PlayStation, whatever, call it whatever, because like we both said, where, how else can you go graphically from here? There's
no,
always going to
exactly.
be improvements in computers and technology, yes, and this. It will look maybe visually better than some games, but like at a certain point, it's like it's beyond what our eyes can even see. Now, maybe you
Yes.
could do more things in the game because you have more memory and you process it faster. Yeah, that's fine. But some of that can be done with software updates. No, right?
Yeah.
So at some point, you're just going to have your final Xbox, your final PlayStation, your final Nintendo, and it is you either buy physical or you're going to get them digitally, whatever. And I think that's going to be it. I mean, look at the movie industry, right? It's similar. Like, how, how much money can they spend to make the movie look so much better with all the CGI they're doing? and people aren't even going to the movies anymore
No.
because people are streaming it at home, and people are buying quality TVs. They're buying all these lights and sound speakers and sound bars, and so now your house is just as more comfortable, right? Less drama. I'm gonna leave my house. I could watch the movie in letterbox format or 4K and it looks beautiful. So they're gonna have to figure something out. And then unfortunately, it's like we are like people in our age group, and I mean our age group, whereas if you were a child playing Nintendo, like NES, right? That's our age group. We're the ones that are gonna be paying for all this, where I don't feel like kids of our generation or younger, like my son, will he even like video games with
Mm.
whatever's coming up in the future with computers and technology? I don't know. I don't know. It kind of makes me sad a little bit, but at some point it's just going to be a legacy.
It's kind of weird that it's come full circle so quick in terms of its industry life. And I think in terms of the stories it's got to tell, there's way more leg room to tell a better story on a console or a
Mm-hmm.
video game than there ever is in a movie. I've talked about this
100%.
before.
Yep.
You watch a series, and even if it's like 20 series long, you do not get up in the morning as that guy. You do not go to bed as that guy. You
Yep.
do not have the little stories we create in our minds between side missions in a series. You just don't. You just appear randomly 3 weeks later in the storyline and pick up the next event. In a video game, you live through those 3 weeks and you have smaller experiences, admittedly, but you have them. And for that reason, I feel like they're at the very tipping point of being like the best way to tell a story. And I feel like the rug possibly will get pulled from underneath. Like, I know, listen, games are always going to get made, and these companies and studios all around the world are heavily invested in making this entertainment. I don't think it will go overnight, but I think
Yeah.
it's in the process of changing what we the industry that got us to this point is changed, and the industry that takes us forward past this point, I don't even know if it's got the passion in it to do it.
I don't know. It's like damn if you do, damn if you don't type situation. Like obviously our generation, we love it. We play with them. We play games all the time. We talk about games. It takes you out of your world. But then also people like to read books for the same reason we play games. And then people watch movies. It's like a hobby. But our hobby is expensive, and video game development gets more expensive as we go. So, back in what in 1988 and 87, Nintendo came out. It was $150,
Mm.
right? What is that nowadays? I don't know. Probably what, $700? I remember
Hey,
video games were being like $50 in the 90s. I mean,
but
they're 70 now.
what I don't like about the inflation talk is 50 quid was still 50. 50 bucks was
Yeah,
still 50
it's
bucks
still
then.
$50. It's
It
still.
was hard to get. Like, oh, that's worth 90 today. Well, is it? Because 50 bucks, I kind of get the inflation thing, but I don't think it always maps out exactly, does it? But 100 bucks, let's say, even today for a console, we know that's cheap. Is that the entry point for what's uh,
Well, that's the thing, right?
two
How many
grown
people
men
did it
here?
take
It's a
to
kid's
develop?
toy.
It is, but how many people did it take to develop Super Mario on that
Mm,
little cartridge? Then as
10.
you get, then you had a basically there was no technology for you to move up because that's what you had. So you had to create new technology to advance the video games, and you kept advancing, like I said, up to a point of PS5. It's kind of like people bought a PS5 during COVID, and there was so many PS4 and PS5 games that if you held out for 2 years, you didn't really miss much. You know,
No,
now
no.
the PS Pro's out. Yes, is it better than the PS5? I mean, statistically and everything, yes, it is better. But like I said, if you don't have that TV with the PS Pro, not doing anything. But again, are you missing much? So,
Mm. You see, I've got a Pro and an old TV, and my methodology was, well, no matter what we do, we're still only doing 60 frames per second. My TV
yep.
can do 60 frames per second and 4K.
Mm-hmm.
What am I, the TV is what going to do the heavy lifting to take you
Yeah.
up to
Yeah.
120 hertz with the in conjunction with the console.
Yeah.
I guess that's the magic sauce that I'm missing. I think maybe my display probably doesn't pop as hard as a modern display. I've been weighing this up, but then my display was £1,500 in like 2016. The equivalent set now is
I
£400.
know. Yeah, yeah,
In
yeah.
fact, I say the equivalent, the modern equivalent of that set. I mean, Sony are pulling out the TV market, so yeah, there's not much left there. Let's dive into this last bit of news. This has been a fun time. Continuing on the theme of the ever diminishing return of graphics, we have over on Nintendo Life. We've got Epic's Unreal Engine rolls out major update. Lumen Light Mode now available for Switch 2 and it's twice as fast. Old Liam Doolan's been doing some sneaky beaky undercover reporting because he's here to tell us that following its recent announcement of new era of Rocket League alongside the reveal of Unreal Engine 6, completely almost derailed myself there. Epic Games has today released Unreal Engine 5.8. As part of this, Lumen Dynamic Global Illumination now offers Lumen Light Mode. As Epic explains, this comes with a benefit games running on Switch 2. Lumen Dynamic Global Illumination now offers Lumen Light Mode, which is designed to preserve much of the visual impact of a significantly lower GPU cost by using irradiance fields with probe occlusion. Twice as fast as Lumen high quality, it means that games that rely on global illumination for artistic purposes can run on Nintendo Switch 2 at 60 FPS. It's also supported on PC. It elaborates on this, explaining how the medium scalability level targets 60 FPS on Switch 2 and includes handheld mode. Unreal Engine's Vice President of Engineering Simon Tarongu made the following comments about Lumen Light at Epic's State of Unreal event this week and how it's now easier to scale to different platforms. Lumen, our dynamic global illumination system, now has a lightweight mode called Lumen Light. It's designed to preserve much of the visual impact of a significantly lower GPU cost that makes Lumen viable where it wasn't before, including on Switch 2. And that work is helping drive further nanite optimization efforts for the platform. Epic's newer version of its Unreal Engine powers games such as the Battle Royale Fortnite. Epic says Unreal Engine 5.8 is its last planned major Unreal Engine 5 update on its roadmap, and it will now ramp up work on Unreal Engine 6. I bring this here, Bobby, because with all this talk of, oh, we need more graphical power because we need ray tracing and we got to get the PS6 out and the Helix and we need better PCs and we need RTX 8060 94,000 coming out, blah, blah, blah. Wait, because the software boys are finding ways to give the Switch 2 legs to keep up with the PS5 and the Helix by Series X by offering these. One thing I find, and we'll see if you can come with me on this journey, Bobby, ray tracing.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I understand
Yeah.
it. It's very realistic ways of tracking light, but in a ray traced game, the lighting's comparable to a fake baked game from 10 years ago. So why are we so obsessed with ray tracing, giving up all this horsepower when we can just fake it and we don't know any different
Yeah.
anyway?
Yeah. I mean, it's true. Like, you don't, if you're not like really into like how many pixels and this and that, like, then you don't even really know what you're missing. So it's just other ways to trick the eye. Because, like I said, the eye can only do so much. So if this can cost, if it's cost cutting and helping the Switch 2 look as good as the PS5 can look on a little screen, then
Yeah.
obviously Nintendo has figured something out again, right?
Yeah.
They have created something that wasn't there again to help their system because um it's working.
I think
Obviously, it's working.
I think the Switch 2 was always planned to be a very adaptable machine. Um, especially with the architecture they chose. But this is
Mm-hmm.
proving to be, like I said before, though, even if I sat down and uninitiated, no one, you knew nothing about games or they knew nothing about games, you put them in a chair, I show them it running on a Switch 2, and then I show them running it on the PS5 Pro Series X, and they're going to come to the same conclusion we are, as it looks slightly better on that other one.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
that's it.
that's really it. Like I was concerned when now don't get me wrong, not everything runs really good on a Switch. Obviously, the Switch 2 is helping to relieve those issues. But it's like I'm more surprised that the Switch 2 can do XYZ than a big name brand game on a PS5 or Xbox. Because I'm like, well, I expect that. So the
Yes.
Switch 2, wait a minute, the Switch 2 can run this, the Switch 2 can run that.
I mean,
That is more phenomenal to me. It's like, damn, that's amazing, you know?
mate, I took
And
so,
I could take this to go anywhere I want without internet,
yeah,
and I'm playing this
I
game.
can take it to the couch. I can take it
Yeah.
to bed. I can take it in the kitchen. Um, there's something about it, and just to that point, I mean, I got my Switch 2. My launch game was Cyberpunk, right?
Hmm.
Honestly, mate, it looks flawless on there. And the other day,
Yeah.
I decided to drop a marker on the map, jump in my car, and put it on self-drive mode. And I was like, my God, this looks so good. So good. Now, admittedly, again, if I had them running concurrently right next door to each other
Yeah,
and
of
I
course. Yeah,
flipped to the
yeah, yeah.
PS5 Pro version, you'd be like, hmm.
But you know what's sad? It's like, so you're comparing a portable, right? Nintendo Switch 2
A
to
definitive kids
a
machine.
to a docked, locked in PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X. And we're having a conversation about comparing the two. That is what is sad. That is what the whole point of what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah.
You are just as happy on your Switch 2 playing a game that you've played 15 years ago at then the graphically wow, never gonna get better than this.
Yeah.
Demon Dark Souls to now playing it 15 years later on a portable PS2. I mean, a Switch 2, having
Yeah.
the time of your life,
I
and
know.
that's what it is. This is what like it's really like that's the technology that I was saying that we're used to improve upon. Because obviously, yeah, you want your game to look good. Don't get me wrong, everyone does. But it's like I'm not surprised that if Witcher 4 comes out and I see Ciri's hair blow in the wind, yeah, I expect her hair to blow in the wind because I paid $80 for it on a PS5 Pro that I paid $800 on a TV I spent 2 G's on. So I damn well hope her hair blows in the wind. But meanwhile, if I get a Switch 2 and her hair blows just like a little in the wind, great. I'm happy. It's the fact that I can even play this on a Switch 2 is like more impressive
Mate, I was
than
doing some
you know
research
what I mean?
into Kingdom Come Deliverance came out on the Switch 1, right?
Yes.
Right? Just slow down a minute, just a minute, just for a second while I think about what this, because you didn't wait a month and put it out on the Switch 2. No, no, no. You launched this sucker on the Switch 1. And to be honest, it looks great. I have, there are details like micro details, like at distance, the flags aren't moving, a
Yeah,
bit
yeah.
like Witcher. But to be honest, I don't remember the last time I played it on PS5 and looked at a flag.
Also, let's say I know you play Spider-Man on PS1.
Yeah.
Okay. Were you complaining that I couldn't see 20 miles down 8th Avenue swinging in New York?
No.
No. I was just swinging New York City and I was happy to do so. Okay. Now they're complaining, oh, sometimes if I look all the way down, it's a little, bro, do me a favor. Okay. Look how good that game looks. Now we're being like greedy boys, and it's not good enough for me. When really, that is amazing that you can even see that far down without
Oh,
the buildings just popping up in front of you. So I
exactly
remember
that.
playing in Grand Theft Auto Vice City. You know, you're going way too fast, make a quick turn. The building's not there. Oh, there's a building. Yeah, because you were going too fast, sir. You know, now we don't have those problems, but at least the building is there. Like, take it for what it is. Like, it's never going to be 100% what you want, but just be happy that we actually have it in this era to play and
I love
appreciate what
that.
we have for now. Because at some point, man, everyone at some age is going to just stop doing their hobby because of whatever reasons and XYZ. But it's like, just look. The thing is that you don't know the memories and the special things you're talking about with your friends, that how important it is in the time you're talking about it until you like reflect back to now. So
Mm.
maybe 2 years now, we go back to this episode complaining about how graphically it can bet. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Next thing I know, I'm in the game because I'm Siri now. You know, I can touch my boobs and pull my sword out because that's how much more graphically enhanced it can get. I don't know. You know, I'm just saying this is you know,
I'm I,
or
I'm calling shotgun on dating you as Siri, all right?
remember this. Remember the story when you told me in you're playing Cyberpunk and like you morphed with the camera.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you see, like that is an amazing story. Yes, when it first came out, controversy, of course. Did they fix it up? Yes. Is the game still good? Yes. Right. Did people miss out on it because it was just like obliterated to the ground? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But play it for yourself and get your own experience from it, regardless of who you like or who recommended or not recommended.
It's one of the reasons why I'm super stoked that I got No Man's Sky at launch. I've been on the whole journey. I loved it when it first came out. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was everything I ever wanted. It's got better and slightly become the thing I never wanted it to be at the same time, but it's a concurrent theme for me. I'm always moaning about the sequel not being what I want it to be. But yeah, look, we're in a very lucky time
Yeah.
where graphics are as, I mean, you could say this at any generation, but I really feel like graphics have reached a zenith now. So we've talked about some layoffs at Microsoft, which don't sound good, and we'll bring you more on
No.
that as it comes. So we've brought you some news about PS6 getting pushed till 2027 or later, which is a scary thought. And we've also talked about Nintendo using some special sauce with Epic to drag their console up by its bootstraps, or at least give people the potential to drag those games up by its bootstraps on that on the Unreal Engine, which is amazing. And I think luckily for us, all those stories really encompass a moment in gaming where we just don't know where it's going. I mean, me and Bobby have done a little bit of conjecture about where we think it could go. Um, but it's an interesting time. I know RGT and I have talked about an upcoming video game crash. We've not had one since the Atari 2600, and we are looking down the barrel of what happened with the Atari 2600 is it got swamped, got absolutely swamped and killed its own, it
Yeah.
choked its own pond
And
out
this
with its
other
own
issue was a lot
toxicity.
of the illegal games that were being made that
Exactly.
caused it, which is a huge problem.
So, in a way, we've come full circle. We've learnt some things, like piracy's been knocked down to some degree on some platforms, definitely. But in other ways, we've learnt nothing. We've still swamped the ecosystem with so much experiences that people don't know what to do. And I do believe that the whole industry is a little bit kind of frozen with choice apathy. There's so much to play that we don't know what to do. So we go
100%.
running back to our familiar experiences. What this means for gaming, I don't know. But I tell you one thing, we're going to take you on the journey. See, if you've got this far, lock it in with a subscribe. Don't muck about. I've been working on this. I want you to like us. I'm trying to be likable. We need friends. We need supporters. In this industry, in this gaming hobby, we all need each other's back. And if we're the kind of guys that you can get into, absolutely destroy the living snot out of that subscribe button. Hammer it. I feel that was going to be way too risque. Let's get into the housekeeping. Just subscribe. All right, just subscribe. No, we're not PG anymore, but I'm not going to say that to be recorded to YouTube for the rest of forever. Play back to my great 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 grandchildren as I'm still being flogged for the things that I said. Absolutely not. Housekeeping. We've got a YouTube. If you're watching this there, congratulations. If you're a listener, but not a viewer, you can find us everywhere. Amazon, Spotify, Apple, you name it. If there's a podcast platform, we're that legit. We're all over it. And you might find we're probably the highest rated show on there. If you want to go a little bit further on your journey with us, of course you can. We've got a Discord you can join. It's great. We've got another show that we do, a retro nostalgic show called Flashback, where we use our memories to look at the news of the day in whatever year it is. That's on YouTube. It's also available on all the other platforms. Go check it out, even if it's just for the intro music. God, man, alive, that's fire. Um, if you do want to support the show, oh, hang on, let's do the messages. So we're on X, Insta, all that drivel. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I find they're pretty much dead, or at least so volatile that it's not worth looking on there. But if you happen to, Instagram's got a link tree, so's the X. That'll take you everywhere you want to go if you can't be asked to come off your smartphone and type something into a Safari or Google address or whatever it's called. Uh, we've got a website, www.unofficialcontrollerpodcast.com. That's got all the latest gizmos on there. We've got Captain Scarlet chucking up reviews. He's done a Forza Horizon 6. I can't remember the last one he did, but that's got all the hidden gems. It's got transcripts of all the shows. It's got all the links up the yin yang. If you want to take it even further, like I say, you can join the Discord. This show and everything about it is free, and it always will be. But the subs have just been lucky enough to get part one of my gaming history, which they voted for as part of their special sauce. So to all those that are on that tier, you're all in there, pal. Hope you enjoyed it. In the meantime, though, Bobby, if people did want to follow us or support us from as little as $3, just follow the link in the Buzzsprout. You can go there. If you're watching this on YouTube, yes, it's a lot of extra steps, but we don't feel like we're ready to monetize on here. We don't want that. We just want a nice little friends area. If you want to be a friend, you get on there. Find it on a podcast player, click the link, take you there from as little as $3. For as little as $3, I'll send you a t-shirt anywhere you are in the world, FOC, just to say thank you. Within that, you get a smattering of great things. I can never remember what they are, but yearly art merch, mention on the show, and other good stuff, all the way up to $10. If you want to pay that, fine, but 3 to 5 is like the sweet spot where you get all the good shizzle. So anyway, I adore every single one of you, and as part of that, we're going to read your name out. I don't know whether should we just we'll just play it by ear, Bobby. So up first, Gazcon. Got to say, Gazcon slipped out. I'm sorry. Oh God, that's going to cost me.
Mhm.
I'm actually tempted to edit this, but as a commitment to the UCP and the lack of editing, especially on video, is staying in. So thank you to Gazcon. I never heard back from Shane Con last week about his quad bike adventure, so I'll be quite intrigued to find out if he's okay. Who's next?
Captain Scarlet, who's using new technology to make our clips for the socials.
He is. That man
That
is a
technology
machine.
is called Scarlet Ray Tracing.
Fine. I like it. Let that be law. Up next, a man who is not the sort of growth you get out your backside if you sat on some retro tat. No, his name's Retro Ed, otherwise known as Retroid. I want to say thank you to him. He's a hero in the community and an all-round good guy. Who's next?
Another good guy, Carlos. He
Hmm.
is learning how to make Irish soda bread.
Is he?
Yeah,
Are you in a Discord?
maybe.
Carlos would be one of your disciples.
Maybe
He's declared
perhaps.
himself as a one-man George fan club, but something tells me he's a fully paid up member of the Bobby Hero Club. Up next, that means I get to thank the man that can take you from tramp to Trump in less than 30 seconds. His name's Firm Returns. Check him out on X, and thank you to him for supporting us here.
Up next is the recently closed, newly opened, the Corner House.
Thanks to your legal chicanery, we've managed to secure them as a sponsor for as long as the Earth remains a viable planet for human beings, which I've never seen that wording in a contract, Bobby, but I've got to say to you, first class.
Signed a 99-year lease.
Which means I get to thank long-term supporter and all-round good guy. Him and his family have all been involved in the show and supporting it at some point in time. So thank you to all of you. It's Roast Space Monk.
Up next, we have my second favorite Italian, only behind Super Mario himself, Bada Bingsta.
Everybody stand up, say emoji, sit down, fly F1 card, Italian flag emoji, salute, play emoji, sir, gaming emoji, and sit down. Go check season 2 if you want to know what all that's about. Up next is a man I welcomed at the top of the show. I released him from his cell, and he came out clutching an obnoxious looking device that looked like a JBA. Look out, fella. That's like a knockoff GBA. A GBA and a link cable. Get out of the way. He's our hero. He's our man. If he can't do it, no one can. He's Tingle Tuner. Thank you, sir.
Up next, we got Digital Monkery, who's probably playing his annual Treasure Island point and click adventure game.
Oh, it's Monkey Island.
Monkey Island, that's correct. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Once a year. It's around this time he plays it, so he's probably getting on with that.
Beautiful. Okay. Well, if you've thanked him, I get to thank Bull Border, a man who's been performing various life-threatening tricks on skateboards for time immemorial. The only reason Tony Hawk's exists is because Bull Border took a step back. And don't you forget
Correct.
that, Tony. He'd be nothing if he'd put himself on the stage. Thank you to Bull Border. Who's next?
And if you know, you know, the original Boba Loba could be Boba now, who is drinking bubble tea and working on Xbox news somewhere in the world, like
Always.
Ethan Hunt from MI6.
While you've been away, did you know that he's been going brand quite a lot?
No,
He's been going brand.
really,
Mm,
good
yeah.
for him.
Next is my red-headed stepson, who really I love like a real child. I couldn't breathe without him. He's my air. He's my water. He's my self-sustaining molecules. It's my beautiful trophy hunting son. It's Ginge. Thank you, boy.
Up
Love
next, we
you.
have the forever mortal, the Lord Harvey Retro.
Mm. Just darkness surrounds him like a cloud.
Just the Lord of Darkness.
He has a cape made of people's bad dreams.
Not only that, he has little bones to hold up the cowl of the cape, the neck piece.
Oh, yes.
Phenomenally and very intricate, very well designed, beautiful red satin.
I
It's
mean,
amazing.
this cape is rumored to be 5,000 years old at least.
I mean, I touched it, so it's amazing.
Wow. Okay, you've got some big testes. Testicular fortitude, as they used to say in the WWE. If you
Mm-hmm.
thank Harvey Retro, that means I get to thank the resident model of the show, catwalk superstar Emma Sharp. Normally out somewhere promoting the show, this week probably taking it easy with a cup of tea and a scone. I don't blame you, Emma. Thanks for the support and all that you do.
Up next, we have Nowhere Near Berlin, and he's probably stuck somewhere in Canada or Mexico or possibly the United States watching a
Mm,
World Cup game.
100%. Probably doing it from a Zeppelin,
Mm-hmm.
aka a blimp. Because Zeppelin sounds too offensive in German, so we're going to call them blimps. I love it.
Mm.
Okay, right. So up next, she's my mum. She's Bobby's mum. She's OG's mum. She's Seb's mum. She's RGT's mum. She's Scotty's mum. She's all of our mums. But she's still a great woman because she raised us all so well. It's Mumsy. Thank you, Mumsy.
Up next, we have the infamous RGT fan club. It
Don't.
is probably run by RGT. Cannot confirm, cannot deny. There's lots of subsidiaries in there and LLCs involved, but thank God and God bless. You know, and Ipswich is back in the Premier League, so congrats again.
Up there. Next, a man, a legend, a myth. Pete Brocklehurst. Some say that he bent the Forth Bridge in Scotland with his left finger when he scratched his backside 2 afternoons ago. All I know is that he is probably one of the best supporters of the show. Thank you, Pete.
Up next is Billy Marmite, who is in the emergency room because he installed a fast close toilet bowl seat when his self close soft close broke.
Mm. There's a You sit down sometimes in those scenarios, and there is a very real risk of
Yeah,
sack trappage. And the problem with sack trappage is if you sit down on a seat on your sack, you've trapped your sack.
yeah,
You immediately want to stand up, but your sack is trapped.
yes.
So then there's a risk of a pulling or dislodging incident. So,
Not only that, you can have a severe Charlie horse. You can pull your Achilles tendon trying to jump up. Your
mm,
calf could be ripped. It's you have to have the leg strength to not only lift yourself up in the right amount of space to actually not tug it, but float it out of the seat. It's the human body is amazing. Let's just be real.
it
The
is.
science that goes in your mind to get out of that trap is really cannot be explained unless you have done it yourself.
No. What I would, I don't think we want anyone to get themselves in that predicament. So, what?
Absolutely not.
Lower,
Yeah,
slow.
slow. It's key. It's key.
If Turtle's head showing, just take a moment. Less haste,
Yeah,
more speed. You've
yeah.
held it this long, you can wait for the seat to get past 2 o'clock.
It's like speeding. Is it worth it? No. You know, at the end of the day, you're gonna get to your destination. No, 2 3 minutes late. Just take your time.
If someone asks you where you've been, you're going to say the bathroom. No one's going to question it, are they?
No, they're not.
So, what were you doing in there? What do you think?
Yeah, imagine.
That means we've got one person left to thank. I'm going to pop it out, and you're going to tell me what it was that set me off into such a Zangief, okay?
Okay.
Oh, listen. Oh, oh, oh. Take it.
He was reenacting the scene from 2002's film. Um, oh no, I just forgot the name of the film. It it
Was it Men in Black 2?
no, it was not Men in Black. It's Speak No Evil. At the end of the film, he's reacting the end of the film. Very sad part of the film
How did you know that's what it was?
because that's the exact sound that the actor playing this role made. It's perfectly aligned
Well, I'm glad
to
we've
that
got that
scene.
wrapped
It's
up.
amazing.
Tell me, Bobby, we've done all that. I think we've done all the things that we've meant to do. We've thanked the people. We've told the people how they can interact. They've all subscribed. We're all sorted. Now we're going to pop out the back end through the media of me asking you what you're hoping to play.
Definitely continue with Lego Batman. I have the Outlaw, Star Wars Outlaw. What's it
Ooh,
called?
Star
Star
Wars
Wars.
Outlaws.
It is
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I have that. I have Crimson Desert.
Ooh.
Um, the thing is, going back to work soon. Maybe I should try to do something before I go back. My time's even more limited. Um, I felt Lego Batman you pick up and play whenever.
Mm.
Crimson Desert might take some time and whatever. So let's see. I
I
don't know.
think out of the two games you've got on the docket there, Star Wars Outlaws probably lends itself to the more pick up and play.
Yeah, I heard it was really good too.
I enjoyed it. It got a bit of stick, but to be honest with you, I stand by it. I've been playing it again on Switch without all the stress of like having to try and race through it for the show,
Mm-hmm.
and and also outside of the PlayStation ecosystem, not even having to press the trophy button to worry about like, oh, did I miss that, or did I
Yeah,
need
yeah.
to, or do I need like all that is gone on
You know what
Switch
it
as well.
is? It's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't with the trophy system or the
Yeah.
Xbox achievement system. It's like sometimes you just play the game at your own pace, you didn't care whatever, and then now it's like, oh, I want to get this trophy, I want to get this trophy. Till it becomes like a your hobby addiction,
Mm.
where if I don't get this platinum, am I even a gamer? Which is not necessarily true. It's just like it's your own personal hell, right?
Yeah.
Do I want to
Yeah.
grind $400, 400 hours to get a random pickup to get a trophy, or I'm done with the game? I beat the game on hard. I'm happy personally. Next game. It's up to you.
Mate, I have like if I really like a game, I might more than likely max it out. If I've just enjoyed a game, well, I'm happy to like one and done that. I don't care if I've not collected every single thermos flask or
Yeah.
light or battery or whatever
It's gonna
collectible
come to a
drivel it
point
is.
where I'm gonna do like back in the day. Listen, story started, story completed. Right? Here's the big bad. He's beat. Credits roll. Goodbye. And sometimes you just need to just people lose interest because the trophies. Forget the trophies, man. Just enjoy the game.
Yeah,
If you love it, go for it. Like you said, if you don't love it, you be at least you beat it. At least you beat the game. That's it. Doesn't matter. Move
yeah.
on. You know what I mean?
And I think there's a little bit of that. Well, a lot of that's been creeping back into my world with the Switch. It just takes all the because even though I don't really chase trophies per se on the PS5, I still, oh, it just popped. Okay, what did I get that for? Now
Yeah.
I'm in the list. Okay. Oh, I didn't
Yeah. Yeah.
realize I was one away. Oh, I'm going to just go out and shoot a guy. Boom. Oh, it's popped. Yeah, yeah. Oh, what next? And then all of a sudden, instead of playing the game as that guy in that world, I'm living as a guy through that guy, trying to break the simulation so I can get the things that I need to make this thing. It doesn't even matter to this guy's life in the game, to the
Yeah. It's true.
story. It doesn't. He doesn't care. He doesn't even know what they are. Yeah, I've got him running around like tracking down every single big wild animal. No, John.
Yeah.
No,
Like
you wouldn't
I.
do that. You're dying of TB, and what have you done? You decided to take a 2 week lake adventure catching fish. Like
Yeah.
I get that, but now what are you doing? Oh, you're not taking it easy. No, you've decided to run up the side of a mountain. No, you wouldn't do this if you had TB.
No.
So anyway, we get distracted. I'm going to lock in on the Switch 2 and play a bit more Dark Souls. I'm always going to be playing Farming Simulator, and I'm absolutely loving the nostalgia of playing Donkey Kong 64. I was hoping to bring you, dear viewer, OG this week, maybe next week, because I remember distinctly going to a New Year's party at Tom's. He was living in the big house at the time, Farmerton Manor, and I rocked up and I just literally saved the game at, I don't know, the second level on the N64. Got in the car, driven there, grabbed him, sold in the concept to Donkey Kong 64. It was so fresh, everything's so vibrant, the graphic, blah, 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 blah. And I was playing it the day and got to that point, and I just felt the nostalgia well up inside me. I was like, oh, this is it in different. This is it in real different. And I was like literally back in that moment of that like wide-eyed wonderment at this badly textured piece of
From Namatan's on, man, nostalgia is like probably it could be the saddest drug
Mhm.
or the happiest drug you ever didn't had in your life. Because
100%.
sometimes like, I'm in the streets walking to work or whatever, and certain smells
Mm,
can bring a memory. Like sometimes like if it just rains enough, like the way like the humidity hit the concrete, I don't know. Might like my childhood when I was outside playing basketball or stickball or whatever.
yeah.
Or sometimes you put a movie on that you haven't seen because it just all happens to be on. It hits you differently. And I feel like, especially our age people, like we like to go back and kind of hit that,
Big time.
whether it's remastered or not. It's like I played it a billion times, but I want to play it new again because
Hmm.
of all the memories you had prior. I love nostalgia.
I do.
It's amazing.
But then we both get grumpy about remasters.
It's true, but you know what? It's like I gotta play it again on this system. I could easily go back and load it up on my Nintendo, but it's so much more convenient to load it up on the Switch. It's just there, bam.
Yeah, I listen, I get it. I've got a loft full of retro tat that I love touching, holding, turning on, getting a Sega game down and opening up the clamshell and looking at the manual, looking at the cartridge and looking at the workmanship and those sort of 80s lines of the machines and the clunk click as you slap it in and turn it on.
Yeah.
I I I love it, but it's not convenient for me right now.
No, no. That's why it's gotta just play it a remaster because I'm not pulling all the hardware out.
So there's the conclusion. If you want a conclusion from this podcast, it's ditch all your retro gear. I don't know as any other two hosts of the show will be telling you this is ditch all your retro gear and get yourself a mod console and a new remaster of that game you played 20, 30 years ago. for the
It's for
millionth
the it's for
time.
the hassle alone. You save yourself some time.
Perfect. Well, Bobby, thank you once again for joining me here. It's a pleasure to have you back in the rotation. The show isn't the show without you, so it's absolutely wonderful to see your beaming face. And that's all we have time for this week. Listeners, always thank you for your time. I look forward to the pleasure of speaking to you again next week. Until then, happy gaming, and remember, there's nothing wrong with being given the unofficial controller. It's what you do with it that counts. See you, Bobby.
Peace out.
See you guys.